started at a career shop out of college. 22, started New York Life, don't know anything about insurance, don't know anything about investments. I was asked if I want to be a financial advisor, and I'm like, sure, right? Like, what does that mean? I had no idea what I would be doing. I had no idea what was expected of me, but I was very ambitious. I was coachable. I was going on into the business, the strong company, and a game plan, right? They said, do these things. I did it. As I progressed through my career there, from being brand new to number one in LA to top 50 in the country to the top African American producer in the history of the company, 33 years old, like at that distinction, I felt empty. There's a book I think you've heard me reference in the past. It's called The Big Leap, written by a gentleman by the name of Gay Hendricks. And he talks about these three zones. He talks about the zone of competency, where you're just kind of getting by, functioning. You've got this zone of excellence, where that's where I feel like I was in my career at New York Life. Like, by all intents and purposes, I was doing pretty well and living in excellence, if you will. But I felt like there was something missing. I felt like I was capable of doing more and wanted to do more. And then beyond that, you have this last piece, which is called the zone of genius. And in the zone of genius, it's not just about making more money, but you're tapping into all your gifts and tools. This very system, the Taylor Method, I created it while I was at New York Life. And as you're well aware, as an investment advisor, you have your outside business activities approved. And New York Life was like, nah, we don't like this. We don't like this whole Taylor Method thing. Good for me, right? I said, we don't like it. Head agency came out to me and he says, I know you're frustrated because we won't let you do this system. He goes, what do you want to do, man? Do you want to be a $1 million producer? Do you want to have a big district agency with a lot of advisors working under you? Do you want to be a motivational speaker and coach? He's like, what do you want to do? And I said, yes, all of it. And that's what I'm doing today. So if you ask me, well, what was the catalyst for saying, do I stay there or do I go out on my own? It was just, I have an entrepreneurial spirit and heart. I needed to be in an open, independent platform to follow my dreams. There are pros and cons of both. I was just coaching a young lady yesterday, and I was like, look, when I was at New York Life, my office rent was $2,000 a month. When I went independent, it went to $9,000. When I was at New York Life, my phone bill was $200 a month. Opening my own office and having my own building, my telecom bill went to $2,000 a month. My expenses grew exponentially. The infrastructure I had to recreate on my own wasn't easy, but I felt like where I was headed and the level of business that I was doing, economically, it made sense. You can't see my entire building, but this space I'm sitting in right now is mine. I own this building. These are things that were on my heart to do and the trajectory I wanted to see my career go. Now, on the flip side, I was making a retirement lifestyle at New York Life, right? I had enough money coming in renewals and trails and all that would pay all my bills if I sold nothing. This is not a decision where I'm promoting, where I'm pro-career and anti-independent or pro-anti and anti-career. I think you all have to make those decisions for yourself. There's certainly pros and cons to both. I would have had a wonderful life and career had I just stayed in New York Life and continued to do what I was doing, but I just wanted to do something different and bigger on a scale that I control. To each his own, and I'm an open book. Something that I realized even in this last year is that when I was younger, I was like, oh, companies need to change or the industry needs to change and And what I come to realize today is like, your 180-year-old multi-billion-dollar company is not changing for you. They're not changing for me. They're not changing for anybody else. What needs to change? You need to change. I need to change and adapt. And so that's more so than being angry or frustrated at the system. I'm saying, okay, how can I navigate through this system based on these laws and these regulations and rules that are set forth to us? How can I adhere to those or fit my vision into that more so than like, you need to change? That was a breakthrough that I know that I had personally.